Well, the attack on Israel sending shockwaves around the world, including here in the U.S. I just want to bring your attention to Gaza City there because you can see there's a fire burning. We've got a couple of shots in Gaza City. You can see 7:50, 10 minutes to 8 o'clock in the morning, and you can see some of the heavy damage. We were hearing explosions all night long. You see some of the fires and some of the damage. There is also a shot earlier of some people kind of wandering the streets of Gaza City. We have breaking news coming in. The Israeli military now says they have reestablished control of the Gaza border, which is an indication that no more Hamas terrorists will be coming into Israel, but the other way may happen. You will unlikely see Israeli forces moving into Gaza City in the coming days. We were talking to experts who said that they know that Israeli special forces were in Gaza. In fact, there are reports coming out that some 1,500 Hamas terrorists were killed in the fighting over the past 24 hours. That is a significant number. And as we get more from the war zone in Gaza City, we will bring it to you. But here in the U.S., let's bring in Beverly Hallberg, District Media Group President, and Sarah Bedford, political and investigative reporter at the Washington Examiner. I want to just get to some of the news. We're looking at still pictures there from Gaza City, but I want to get to some of the election news if I can here, because play some sound from Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who did announce today his independent run for president. Watch.
The Democrats are frightened that I'm going to spoil the election for President Biden. And the Republicans are frightened that I'm going to spoil it for President Trump. The truth is, they're both right.
And Beverly, I think he's right. They are both right. I mean, he could take a healthy chunk from both sides. What do you think?
I think there is some validity to that. I think he's enjoying this moment, but he is correct that I have heard some Republicans talk about maybe he's not the worst option in the world. They like some of his ideas, but when it comes to Joe Biden and the Democrats, I'm not sure Joe Biden is going to be the nominee. I think we can even look at his response, or I should say lack thereof, and just calling a lid before noon today in reference to this issue on Israel. I think a lot of people are concerned that he does not have the stamina not only to deal with this current crisis, but also to run for election. So I think Democrats are scrambling right now. Of course, Gavin Newsom is that name we keep hearing, but an interesting move for him to move to the independent party.
You know, and Sarah, she used the word stamina. I've heard it a couple of times today. And yeah, calling a lid on a day like this is really highly unusual, as I was talking to Kevin Corke about. Your two thoughts. One, the stamina of the president, and two, the effect of RFK now running as an independent.
Yeah, I think the stamina of President Joe Biden is a huge question on the mind of, every voter, Democrat, Republican, Independent. It's a unifying theme among voters that there are concerns about Joe Biden's age. And I think there couldn't be a more damaging split screen of headlines that you had over the weekend. And now we know Joe Biden was busy being interviewed by special counsel Robert Hur in the criminal investigation of his handling of classified information when he should have been more visible handling the response to Israel. But I do think Republicans are also pretty worried about the effect RFK Jr. could have on Donald Trump's base of support and whether he could peel off some votes from RFK Jr. I mean, you saw the way that the RNC, for example, was reacting today, pushing out a bunch of negative information about RFK Jr. I think the GOP is worried about the effect it could have on Donald Trump.
15 seconds for each of you. Does what happened in Israel, does this damage this administration?
I think absolutely. I think the lack of response from President Biden, even hosting a barbecue at the White House on Sunday, it's a bad look all the way around.
Sarah.
Yeah, the Biden administration has a real credibility problem on foreign policy, starting with the Afghanistan withdrawal, looking at the way they've handled relations with the Central America, with the migration crisis, all the way to the war in Ukraine. I mean, and now the response to Israel. This is a real credibility problem for the Biden administration.
Sarah Bedford, Beverly Hallberg, thank you both. I want to go back, if I can, very quickly, live look now at Gaza City, because this is kind of the aftermath of what we have been seeing all night long. It is daybreak there. We will continue to cover the breaking news, the war on Gaza. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.